Hi, I'm Coach Corey Wayne. This is my video coaching newsletter, and the topic of today's newsletter is going to be Thanksgiving. Well, seeing as though Thanksgiving in the United States is tomorrow, I thought what a great way to ring in the holiday than to share a really good success story. So, this is actually from a guy who I coached him about, I guess, a little over 8 years ago at this point, and he's had a lot of great things happen since then. And so he shares a detailed success story in hopes that he inspires you that you can also do great things in your own life by embracing what I teach in my first book, How to Be a 3% Man, and my second book, Mastering Yourself. So you see another good real world example of a guy that's doing really well. So I got a quote that I wrote, and then we'll jump right into his email. The quote says, Life really is what you make of it. Every day you get up and you either choose to move your life forward or do nothing. While you choose to take action or not, time marches on. The amount of days you have spent on this planet grows, and the amount of days you have left gets shorter. Life isn't all sunshine and roses, but it is the summation of all of your thoughts and actions. Whatever you do or fail to do determines where you end up in the future. Choose emotionally compelling dreams and goals and seek to make it your daily discipline to try to get a little better and a little closer to becoming the person you want to be and living the life you want to live. Life is the summation of your consistent daily actions over many years and decades. Make it a masterpiece. So keep in mind, this is over 8 years. And like the quote says, is that it's not all sunshine and roses. Some days you're going to get up and you're just going to have a bad day. Sometimes you might have a series of bad weeks or even bad months or a bad year or two. The most important thing, and the thing that's always helped me, is to focus on what I have to get done today before I go to sleep. Even when you don't feel like it, if you focus on taking action and what you must do today to move your life forward, as you get busy taking action, you kind of forget about what you're worried about happening in the future. Because what's happening is that when you think about the future, or you worry about the future, or you worry about things that may or may not happen in the future, you're not living in the present moment. And so when you get busy taking action, it brings you right down to the present moment. And you lose yourself in taking action. And then at the end of the day, you feel good because you know you were productive. It's so critically important to do that. It's just like when you don't feel like working out, you go work out. When you feel like not eating a healthy meal and like, I'm just going to eat some junk, having the discipline to go, no, I'm going to stick with the healthy meal. Because every little choice you make moment by moment in life determines where you end up in the future. And obviously this guy is doing really great. So you also have to be thankful for where you are and what you have. You're alive, you got your health, hopefully, and you have time. And if you have time, you can do something to shape and change your destiny. So let's go into this guy's email. He says, Dear Coach, some 8 years ago, I reached out to you for some phone coaching as I couldn't get over my ex-girlfriend who was being wishy-washy about getting back together after we agreed to break up over my behavior at that time. I had some trouble with the police, and my behavior was erratic and not the centered man I am now, etc. She would then arrange to meet up at her request and cancel and be flaky, clearly living her best life elsewhere, which clearly devastated me at the time, but who could blame her? I was a douche and needed to change, and I did 100% thanks to yourself. Well, you did the work. So you got to give yourself credit, but I appreciate the fact that you implemented what you learned. You took action and you shaped and changed your destiny. He says, this nonsense I allowed to continue on for over 2 years of her being unsure and all of the maybe BS we know is true. Like I say, I did make some mistakes, but if someone can't give you a second chance to show you've changed, you have to move on. So he spent 2 years trying to fix it, turn things around. Obviously, it didn't work. He says, I'm embarrassed to have let myself get messed around like that. Shocking. Like all 3%ers know, you're either in or you're out, regardless of previous mistakes on my part. That is absolutely true, because the strongest negotiating position is being able to walk away and mean it. Whether it's women or a job or a business opportunity or even friends. You have to state what you want, and then you give the other people the time and the space to say, yes, I'm in, or no, I'm out. And if they're out, they're out. And you have to move on and let them go. Because sometimes they will come back. Because again, the strongest negotiating position is being able to walk away and mean it. And you walk away when they are not willing to give you what you want. And as far as you're concerned, they're dead to you. It's not you're instituting no contact as a technique to try to get them back. It's you've made all the effort. You look at the playing field the way it is. They're not willing to make a deal with you on the terms that are to your liking at this point. So therefore, you're going to put 100% of your energies and your focus into creating a new opportunity with other people. You're just simply going to move on, and you're never going to look back ever. And if that person or that party to your negotiation lets you go, then they can pound sand. It wasn't meant to be. And it's like you got to leave, and you know the old saying, you can't steal second base and while you're keeping your foot on first. Progress involves risk always. And if somebody's not willing to give you what you want or treat you what you want, they can be in your rear view mirror permanently until they're completely out of sight and you just forget about them at some point in the future. He says, when the doors open, a woman is interested, and when they slam in your face, take the hint. I decided to cease contact, and in the interim period, invested in your books, videos, and coaching. You even did a video about this, about flaky Fruit Loop exes. I worked hard on myself and my physique and business. Well, part of the reason why he was tortured for so long is that she kept displaying flaky behavior, and he kept trying to change it instead of just letting her be. No one will ever do or say anything to you that you don't invite them to do. Remember that. Somebody's jacking you around, give them the gift of missing you permanently. That means forever. Doesn't mean for a certain period of time. I know there are people out there that have other YouTube channels, and they say, oh, give them the silent treatment for 30 days. Go no contact for 30 days. That's a bitch-ass move. That's a weak-ass move. And I see those people all the time. Well, I tried this guy's technique, and it might have been good for a week or so, but it went right back to where it was. It's like you don't pursue somebody that has blown you off and disrespected you and has said no to giving you what you want. It puts you from a leverage position in a very weak position when you tell somebody, call me if you change your mind, and then 30 days later you reach out. That's just weak. You've got to have the inner testicular fortitude to move on and never look back. I now have a £1 million turnover company and have read a stack of books. I've read yours over 20 times and Mastering Yourself 5 times on the power of positive thought and the law of attraction. And I also have dated and slept with in excess of 50 women. I love my life. I love my own time and love myself, and even now live by myself in my own bachelor pad, maybe one day like yours. Welcome to the 3% Club, bro. I have lived my life following the fundamentals and values that you teach, and it has truly changed my life forever. I'm currently dating 3 women, all my type, slim and petite, and I know the current woke generation would hate that kind of talk on my part, but screw them. Yeah, fuck them. They're a bunch of fucking goddamn pussies. Useless. Anyways, back to our regularly scheduled program. Attraction isn't a choice, man, and like what you like. And you like what you like. And life is excellent. So you can guess what is now turned up. Who could that be? After all these years, the ex I couldn't get over all those years ago. Now, this is what's very satisfying, and I got to experience this as well. He says, this girl isn't even my type anymore, and I'm definitely not attracted to her. I've kept myself in good shape, and I look 10 years younger than I am, and sadly, the opposite can't be said for this ex. I don't say this gloating, by the way. It's sad to see, really. I know. Most people just don't take care of themselves, especially in being 50. Man, most everybody I went to school with, grew up with, they just look like shit now. They're all out of shape, overweight, most of them. I mean, there's only a handful of them that have taken care out of hundreds that I knew growing up, and I still kind of know what they're up to. It's so sad. Almost 100% of the people just get to a point where they just don't care. They just let themselves go. They're just on that conveyor belt of life. You know, one foot in the grave. That's no way to live, man. He says, we met up to catch up, and she has professed her love for me all along, and she wanted to figure things out all those years ago. She was just too hurt, apparently. Either way, I wish her the best and would like a friendship, as I get along fantastic with her, and she is good fun, but sadly for her, I have moved on and am dating far higher quality women. That ship sailed a long time ago. FYI, she doesn't want a friendship as she can't hear me talk about current dating partners. You reap what you sow in life. And it's always nice when you've had something you went through. Maybe you had a bad breakup with your business partners, or a bad breakup with an ex, or you stopped hanging out with a group of friends that were just a bunch of losers and not going anywhere. And eventually you get to a place where you're doing really well, and all those people you left behind can look at you and be jealous because you did the work. You took care of yourself. The fact of the matter is, and for your viewers to understand, is all the while this ex was having her party days or whatever, I was looking after myself, growing as a person and becoming the best version of me. And she can clearly see that and is attracted back again. Ya snooze, ya lose. So I'd say move on with your life. You'll find someone better, or if an ex does come back, you have to be that better version of yourself. Anyways, to attract them back, and which requires self-love and dedication to yourself. So fucking true. Isn't it funny how they always come back when you have moved on and you're a better version of yourself? Yep. Yeah, I see women that I messed up with when I was in my early 20s, and now it's like, wow, they look horrible. They're not even attractive anymore. And they were smoke shows just 20 years ago. It's so sad, man. So I'd say to your viewers, stuck on an ex and stuck on moving on, read and listen to Corey, hit the gym, and work on yourself and your purpose in life. Read Corey some more. Date, and date some more. Read more Corey. Make a damn donation to Corey. He is the Don, and he changed my outlook forever. So if you're inclined to make a donation, obviously you can go to understandingrelationships.com. There's a donate button on the toolbar at the bottom of your screen, and it's always appreciated. You will move on and find better, but first you have to find a better version of yourself, so work on that. Cheers, Corey. I owe you more than you'll ever know, my man. Wishing you a great Christmas and Thanksgiving from over here in London. Well, congratulations, dude, on all of your success. I think that's awesome. And for all you guys that have been with me all these years, I appreciate the fact that you continue to come back over and over, maybe just when you need a little motivation or a little pick-me-up or you're having a rough day, and that you've stuck with me all these years, and that you're continuing to recommend Mastering Yourself and 3% Man, telling your buddies and your friends that they can read them all for free at understandingrelationships.com. All I got to do is subscribe to the email newsletter. And if you've got a situation, a challenge, whether it's in your personal or professional life, and you'd like to get my help, go to understandingrelationships.com, click the products tab at the top of your screen on any page, and book a coaching session with yours truly so you can join the 3% Club. And if you're inclined to get a 3% Club mug, you can get it at teespring.com at the Coach Corey Wayne store. Until next time, I will talk to you soon.